up? This is Bryson from Team OTK coming to you with my Master Hero deck profile. This is an update from my old channel, but I'm with Team OTK now, so you'll be seeing me on here a lot. So let's get started. Let's see. Just your basic hero engine, the 3 alias and the 1 straddle. You always need straddle. And the 3 aliases. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then you got your Master Hero targets, because this is a Master Hero deck. 1 Wild Heart and 2 Bowman. I like the 2 Bowman because you can go into an OTK with the 2 blade armor I have in my extra. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Yeah, Wild Heart works great with Torrential in the late game when they have a bunch of back row. And the last 2 monsters, 2 effect Veilers. Discarded, no priority. Gotta have it. I used to run just 1, but I think it's important to run 2 first game. If you don't need it, side it out. I mean, that's what the side deck is for. And yeah, onto the spells. Got your 3 boss cards. Your Miracle Fusions bring out the boss monsters. Preferably the Shining, because he's so big and recycles your monsters. 2 pots. Adds more consistency. I mean, you don't have to go off the second you get your cards. You set up for game next turn or something. And then you have your searching. That's what heroes basically do. Low monster count, high searchability. You got your 2 Gemini Sparks. You don't play 3 in this deck, you play 2. Only because you need to make room for your Master Heroes and the Miracle Fusions, and you don't really want to search for an Elemental Hero Neos Alias as much as you want to search Wild Heart or Bubble Man. And then, of course, you need your 2 mass changes to the Master Hero deck. You only need 2, you don't need 3, like I said before, and it's chainable. And another cool thing about this card, you can make your opponent miss the timing on bottomness and stuff like that by playing just a normal card, maybe E-Call, and you chain it with this, and once your card comes out, then you search, and they'll miss the timing, so it's pretty awesome. And 1 Super Poly. It's not that dead running it at 1 in the main deck. I mean, yes, I know there's a lot of dark attributes out there, decks, Inzectors, Dark Worlds, but, even Inzectors have their Zen mains and whatnot, but so it's not that dead of a card. And this card will be broken by the Squirtle coming out soon. And Tech card, Future Fusion. Sets up Miracle Fusion play, sets up Hero Blast play, sets up your Monster Reborn, whatever. Yeah, basically it gets your heroes into the grave, and if you get it out, usually I target Ab-Zero. You get them out, they have to deal with that, because you don't want to destroy this. If destroy this, destroys their whole monster field. Mystical Space Typhoon. I would play 2, but I don't have the room. I started the second one. And then here's your staples: your Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, and Book of Moon. Yeah, stably. That's it for the spells. Onto the traps. 2 bottomless, because priority's gone, and it's just a freebie. Get rid of a monster with 1500 or more attack. 2 Torrential, no priority, makes it very good. Solemn Judgment, protection against anything, very good late game. 2 Solemns, still very important in my opinion. 1D Prison for those big monsters that just want to hit you and beat you. I also have a second one in the side. Wonka Pulse for those irritating exceeds and synchros. Dark Bribe, more spelling trap protection. And Hero Blast. I only need one of these because, you know, you lowered the count on Gemini Spark. But yeah, this card comes pretty handy in tight situations like injectors and whatnot. That's it for the main deck. I'm gonna go into the extra deck. So we got your 2 Elemental Hero, the Shining, your big boss card. Everybody hates this card. That's why Soul Taker was put in as a tech card. 2 Ab-Zero. This deck does a lot of exceeding, so I've been thinking about taking out one of these because there's hardly ever time more than I use 2 Ab-Zeros, but with the Future Fusion it kind of makes it harder. So if I take out that, I might have to take out the Future Fusion too. And then here are your Super Poly targets. Our net targets here. Yeah. Yeah, just makes Super Poly broken. Without it, it'd be pretty useless. And then here's your Master Hero targets. One for each Elemental Hero target I have in my main deck. The 2 Bobaman and the 1 Wild Heart. Basically, the 2 waters are whatever situation you need. And Diane, he's just so broken. I love him more than either of these Master Heroes. That's done with the fusions. I'm gonna go to the Exceeds. This deck does a lot of Exceed monstering, summoning. Yeah. So let's get into it. 2 Blade Armor for the OTK. I run 2 Bowman. It's harder with this deck because you only have 2 Bulbaman, and the 1 Future Fusion. Usually I dump the Bulbaman to get the Ab-Zero. So if you do that, you can't OTK anymore, which made me lose the Dino Rabbit matchup on Monday. Oh, I went 3-1 by the way. That's the only matchup I lost to. Steel Swarm, Chaos, very big, very broken. They need to like hit like Pulsar or something. It's kind of annoying. Maestroke. Maestroke does wonders. I flipped a face down BLS and set Solemn for next turn. He flipped it, and then I negated it. That cost him the game. And yeah, that's my action deck. Onto the side. I think it's pretty powerful. Oh, here. I forgot this card. Photon Butterfly Assassin works well with the Dijin. And then that's it now. Onto the side. On Fossil Dyna. This deck does horribly against like 6 Sams and decks that have monsters that negate spells and traps. So basically you want to have monsters that go against these monsters. So I got these 3 to help me counter against 6 Sams and maybe even mirror matches. These 2 are mainly for the mirror match and the 6 Sams. This one is for like crazy special summoners like Dino Rabbits and whatnot. 2 DD Crow for those Injectors and anything that relies on a grave. Dark Worlds. You got your 2 Smashing. It still does pretty good. I know people prefer Soul Taker now, but you know, this card still does wonders. You don't have to pay anything. They don't have to gain anything either. And 1 Prohibition. This card is really good if you know how to use it. I'm gonna put in a second one, but I first need to know what to take out of my side. The second MST. Super Poly, the extra Super Poly for those heavier attribute users and the mirror match. I put this in for Dino Rabbits too, because I hate them. D-Prison for the slower, heavier decks. 2 Shadow Imprisonings for your dark attribute matchups. Injectors, Dark Roads, you know. And then the last two are your Mask of Restricts. I see Heretics as a big threat. I think they're going to be big. Maybe not now, but I think later on they might be. So I'm pretty much preparing for them. And I do see a lot of Frog Monarchs in my locals and my tournaments. So you could just side this in because basically you got nothing else on them. So yeah. Anyway, that was the deck. I hope you guys learned a lot, about this deck. It's pretty good. Again, like I said before, I did 3-1 local tourney. I'm gonna try for something bigger. I've been testing this out for a very long time, and based on my experience, this is the outcome, and it's doing pretty well. So, any questions? Any comments? You know what to do already. Comment, rate, subscribe. This is Team OTK, and this is Bryson, and out.